Previously on Sins the Hero's Tale, Jura and Okazad attempted to find Bracken and ask about the murders. Failing to find him at the pit, they eventually located him attacking a Genasi wizard named Genevieve and her companions in the South Middle District. Jura restrained him, and the guards placed him under arrest. Meanwhile, Thalia and Charia visited the medical tent, where they met with Dr. Mephistopheles, a traveling physician. Thalia had her pregnancy checkup with him, and after learning that her ship had no permanent physician, the doctor offered his services. He then accompanied the two to the morgue to provide a medical opinion on the victims. It was here that Thalia discovered a discrepancy with the victims' bodies, noting that several were slain by a different, less experienced killer. As they went upstairs, they met back up with Jura and Okazad, who accompanied the guards bringing Bracken in. Charia was able to detect that he was under the effects of a powerful Gesh spell, causing him to despise magic and all who practice it. Jura was also able to glean that he himself was under a similar enchantment, but was cured during a past endeavor. Bracken was cured as well, and Okazad and Jura went to inform Genevieve of the situation. Meanwhile, Thalia and Charia went to speak with Heinrich Teckenbeer. Despite knowing nothing about the murders, the amiable soul trader agreed to keep an ear out for leads at Charia's request. Jura and Okazad pursued doctors around town, searching for someone capable of removing a living heart. The pit's medical team provided little information, and the only upper district doctor they found was quickly annoyed by Jura. Deciding instead to pursue the religious angle, they went to the temple and spoke to the head priest, Manu. Finally, Thalia and Charia searched the scene of the last murder. Locating a locket belonging to the victim, the two then spoke to the victim's neighbor, and Thalia was able to get some useful information out of the neighbor's dog. Between the dog and Manu, suspicions begin to fall on the temple as the investigation continues. So, quick housekeeping before we begin. I have been misspeaking this entire time. I completely, in my head, I think I knew how the elemental cycle, what the four elements worked, but I've been misspeaking it this entire time. If the previous the most recent victim was water, the next Genasi will be an air.
Yeah, you might want to re-explain, because I think even when you explained your cycle last time, I think you said it wrong from how you wanted it to be.
Yeah, because the way it was always told to me is, say if you start with fire, then water douses fire, then, wind commands water, earth blocks wind, and fire burns earth, right?
Sure, in that context, it's different from, because Delok made the comparison to Avatar, and they do it different than that, so it depends on how you're doing it. It really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, so, we can just retroactively say that all the previous mentions of Earth are air for this, but yeah, air will be next, not Earth.
Yeah, so we had to fix that because the first session got that wrong. The second session got that wrong. We're fixing it.
Yes, finally, I realized my no-no. That is on me. I am now undoing my no-no.
I'm writing this down on my notes here, so...
Yes,
Come on, DM. Get in the game.
What confuses me is everybody's got a different story, so when everybody's saying, oh no, I thought it was this, that makes me second guess my shit, and I'm like, wait, was that it?
Yeah, but we checked the recording and you even got it wrong in the recording, so...
I did do that.
Yeah, so...
I did you told it incorrectly from the beginning.
Yeah, that was on you.
Yeah, so we're assuming correctly that the most recent victim was water. So the cycle continuing from there will be air, earth, fire, then water again.
Well, okay then.
Okay. I wrote it down. So that way, it's here. I don't know if we'll need it past this point, but just in case.
Yes, we can definitively say that is what it is. And since you guys did not complete the day last time, I believe you were on your way to reconvene at the Ivy?
Yes. I think that was what we were doing.
Yeah.
I think
All of us
we
were
got
heading
there
that
and
way.
then just kind of ended there. I think.
No, I just listened to the last bit of the episode. We hadn't actually arrived there. We were all just saying we were headed that way.
Oh, okay. It's a good thing you watched that last bit of episode then.
Then I will say at this
he
point...
needed to watch it too so he could get a recap.
I will say at this point then that you all have reconvened at the Ivy, and I will turn things over to y'all.
So I feel like Charia is just going to kind of get up onto deck and kind of look for you two, see where you two are.
They probably got there before us.
Little does he know we're right behind him. Her.
Yeah.
I will say, as you approach the two ships, Thalia, you specifically are met with,
"Oh, hello there, Captain."
Hello, Doc.
he looks down at you from the main deck.
I
Settling
couldn't
in?
help. Indeed, though I couldn't help but notice a number of your crew members, specifically the fire genasi you told me about, aren't here.
Yes, they're over in Winkwell right now.
I see.
They've
When
been
can
given
we-
some vacation time.
Very generous of you. When can we expect them back?
I told them 4 days, so tomorrow will be 4 days.
Very good. I'll get everything ready.
You do that.
And he walks back on the deck and vanishes from sight.
Uh-huh.
I have to ask him about that that Genasi interest later. Curious about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably still within earshot if you want to yell for him.
I mean, I'm just saying that as a player, just because I'm interested, but Jura has no idea who this dude is. Keep in mind, Jura hasn't met him yet, until, I guess now.
No, y'all met him briefly.
Yeah, you would
we?
have bumped into him at the constabulary.
When we were coming up from the morgue, as
Oh,
y'all were talking to Bracken, we
that's
met him
right.
briefly.
It was very brief, though, so even
Yeah,
still, I
because
really
he,
don't know.
yeah, he mistook Okazad for a cabin boy.
Yeah, that's right. It was very brief, though, so even still, I really don't know who he is. I think you did explain, like, oh, he's my ship's doctor, as in yours.
Yeah. I said he joined my crew, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so I'll talk to him later about it. I'm mainly just curious. Well, again, Jura doesn't really know his fascination, so I can't really
Yeah.
answer.
We'll just all meet up on the Ivy and just exchange what we all learned.
Okay. So I'll set down some barrels. They're like, come, take
Why?
a seat. Because why not?
Don't
Come
you
take
have
a
a
seat.
galley area? Don't you have a galley area that
I was
already
gonna
has
say,
chairs?
yeah, there's like stools and chairs in the galley. The captain's quarters has extra seats.
Yeah, but barrels.
Just let him sit on a barrel, babe. It's fine.
All right, fine, fuck it. Roll me in athletics to move the barrels where you want them.
Oh shit! Really? All right.
You did it to yourself.
I'm +7. I'm fine.
Yeah, 16. You managed to move them. If it was low enough, you would have spilled stuff out of them.
It's a good thing I didn't spill anything out of them.
Yeah, because we do still have like 3 barrels of that rotting fish.
Yeah, and you would be cleaning that shit up if you spilled that.
Why do
You
we
also have a couple barrels of
I'd
black
hope-
powder sitting around.
Why do we have
Yeah, I'd
the rotting
hope
fish
those
again?
are-
Oh, that's right.
It's like basically rotting meat from a bunch of different animals, but it's a
Yeah, I remember now.
I hope those aren't the barrels that you're moving.
I didn't know what
I mean,
was in
they're-
the barrel, so I never know.
yeah. I mean, they're sealed so well you wouldn't even notice if they were.
Probably should have labeled these, since now we're not going to know what we're going to be firing. We're gonna have to
I'm
open...
pretty sure they probably are labeled somehow.
Yeah.
Or at least they were put in a certain spot and now you just move them.
Well, the black powder ones probably have like a hole in them, so that way you can actually get the black powder out.
Whatever the case may be, I have set up the barrels for us.
Just put it back when you're done with it.
As Thalia sits in a chair.
Sorry, it sits on a barrel just because why not?
Are we not all convening in the captain's quarters?
We're right here,
What?
anyway.
We're on the deck.
Yeah, it was
but
never. It
I
was,
don't think we should be discussing this in like out here.
I
What do you
figured we
mean?
were in the galley because that's the most communal area on the ship.
I thought we were
Yeah,
all on
I
the
don't
deck
wanna-
because no one said anything. Hence why I got the barrels.
I don't care where we discuss it because at this point it's we're just kind of figuring out what we found out.
Alrighty, just get in the captain's quarters. We'll discuss them there.
I set up these barrels for no reason. I'm taking my barrel with me.
athletics.
Just
Take mine too.
put it back where you found it.
Just taking it with me.
Nope.
Can you take mine with you?
Second athletics. Yes.
Yes, you can.
Where did you even find those barrels from?
What do you
anyways?
mean? We're on the ship. Barrels are everywhere.
No, I mean, like, he wants to know what he wants to make sure you're just not pulling the wrong contents.
I don't know. Just grabbed a barrel
Shouldn't
and
they
I'm
have been
walking.
below? Shouldn't they have been below deck?
You can
In the hold, like-
always investigate the barrels.
I'm not that
I'm
interested.
gonna investigate the barrels.
I think I'm going to at this point as well.
All right.
Investigation. I find nothing.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, Okazad, you're too busy usually barking orders and being dismissive of your crew. You don't know what these fucking barrels are. Thalia,
I'm just trying to make sure he doesn't bring them in.
You see the lid of one of them has a cork stuffed in it. You know that's something they do with black powder barrels. The other has a tiny blue X painted on it. That's a freshwater barrel.
Okay.
I'll sit on the freshwater barrel.
Well, you don't know that.
So I bring.
Or do I? Because I'm the quartermaster. And
I
I
bring the
probably
barrel.
pay attention
Well,
more
I
to
mean, did you look at the barrels?
I bring the
Then
barrels.
I am going to sit on the opposite side of the black powder barrel,
Yeah, I'm
far away from it as possible.
I'm
Good thing
staying
Jura.
away from both barrels.
Good thing Jura doesn't smoke. Yeah, Chari knows what they are.
It's my job to know what's on the boat, so I'm going to sit on the water one.
I'm gonna start smoking. I'm gonna alert.
Then you're
You don't
sitting
even
on a
have
fucking
anything to
rocket.
light, do
You're
you?
sitting on a rocket to the moon. You absolutely are not.
I don't have any
Well, like a
cigarettes. I can't
pipe bomb.
smoke anything now.
You better be buying us a new ship. Like, damn, y'all ain't coming
What do you
online.
mean us? You have your own ship over there.
I know.
That barrel's probably gonna do enough damage to splinter you into 1,000 pieces.
I'm just going to kind of pull out my little smoking pipe and just kind of lightly blow smoke through it.
I'm convinced that Okazab would immediately cast Tidal Wave.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Other than the stupid barrels.
So,
I'm sorry that
Alrighty.
you guys were so fixated on my barrels.
so did you two find... So, Okazad, Jared, did you guys find anything?
Well, aside from the situation from Bracken that you remember,
Yeah.
all that we know is that the church is apparently claiming to know nothing about the subject.
I met a very
Interesting.
Anything
doc-
related to freaking Genasi.
Yeah, and I met a doctor who had no sense of comedy.
That's a comedy. You were just.
He didn't get it. He didn't get the joke.
Well, about the church. We found
Yeah.
out that the person at the last crime scene who probably committed the murders is from the church.
How'd you find that out?
Well, we
Dogs
made a new
smelled it.
friend.
Dogs?
Yes, I can talk to animals.
Oh.
I found
Fair
a dog
enough.
witness.
It would be hard to, pull that up in a testimony at court.
I mean, as long as someone could translate, I'm pretty sure no one would have a problem.
Why would the court not believe a dog?
Or we could find out exactly who did it.
Yes.
Well, we did meet an interesting gentleman. I don't know if he might have something to do with it. He was wearing, wasn't it like a leopard skin or a leopard pattern?
Yeah, he was in leopard skin robes. I think as far as ancient Egyptian goes, it was a symbol of like a head priest or like a certain rank of priest.
So he was an interesting gentleman.
Oh, you already went and talked to the church?
Yes.
And they claim to know nothing about any rituals that might be related to Genasi, which.
Well, technically that one guy claimed it, but still.
Well, yeah,
You didn't
Yeah,
tell
but-
them anything specific on the case, though, did you?
do not believe so.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what I've told them.
Ooh.
Y'all,
As a player. And he,
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a flat intelligence then, Jura.
Uh-oh. -2. Hey!
Hey,
20.
20.
Jesus Christ.
please tell me he remembers.
Yes. So I will inform you, Zach, that you basically told High Priest Manu, one, that you were looking into the Heartrender murders. Two, you started, digging around the religious and cultural significance of, killing Genasi. You also told him you were looking for a team,
Oh, what? Whoops.
and even asked him if there were any local master and apprentice relationships that he might know about.
Well,
And you straight up asked him if he did it.
my
Yes.
intelligence is -2. I gotta have my moments.
Yeah,
And you gave him your name as well, so
that's
he
true,
can
yeah,
talk to you in his head.
Yeah, now that he knows you, he can use his sending spell to basically telepathically communicate 25 or less words to you anytime he wants.
Uh-oh. That could be good or bad, depending.
He seemed amiable. I mean, he seemed amiable enough.
I mean, he may not be the bad guy.
Yeah, but now people at the church do know, so we need to be more cautious.
So I spread this information of what I've said to the group. I may have made a mistake. I made a lapse in judgment trusting a religious figure. That's my bad. I apologize.
Hey, that's too meta.
Thalia glares at you. Seriously?
Well...
We're part of a confidential investigation. Do you not understand?
Well, he dressed nicely.
So we're doing this
Regardless, what he
stealthily-
said. What he said was interesting to say the least. You'd figure that someone around here would know rituals, and this apparently high official knows nothing about it is a bit suspicious. I don't know about you.
Well, the embalmers have the capacity to do the same thing as a transplant. And since they're not putting something back, they would be able to cause the wounds that we saw. And since the embalmers are a part of the church, at least one of the team members is involved with the church.
Well, he only knows what me and Okazad look like, so there's that to our benefit.
Yes, me and Charya were thinking of going, disguising Charya as a, wind genasi now.
It would be an air genasi now.
Yeah, an air genasi, and going in and pretending to need embalming services.
MJ, what are you doing?
What are you
I was
doing?
just drawing lines. That's my bad. I do that when I'm during these sections. I'll stop.
Anyway.
But we were gonna go in there, and I was gonna attempt to get them to believe that we need embalming and act as hopefully bait.
Great.
We could drop that we're staying somewhere.
Yeah, saying that
Staying
you
at
need
one of the
embalming
inns.
services might be a bit too good to believe.
No. I mean, there's plenty of genasi in this area. Saying we need embalming services shouldn't raise any flags, since that's normal around here.
On top of that, we were planning to have it be where our family member was being shipped in from another country to bring them home.
Right, and we could say that we're staying at one of the local inns, drop a name of one of the inns, and then just stake it out.
You guys did also search the crime scene, and you found that locket too.
Mm.
Oh, right, yeah, I guess I'll relay that too. I'll pull out the locket.
Does this locket have any significance?
I mean, you could roll an investigation on it and find out.
I shall. Well.
Nope, as far as you're concerned, it's just a pretty necklace. You don't even notice that there's a hinge on the side.
It looks nice. I get why you took it.
That wasn't the reason why we...
Yeah, I'm not learning anything either.
Yeah, Okazad, just a god fucking damn it, just a pretty necklace. You don't know that it opened.
Okay, well then let me inform y'all. Like, it has a colored engraving of the victim and another water genasi male on the inside, and I open it up and show them. And it's engraved with Kala and Jazz. 1003.
Jura and Okazad, as you're looking at the two pictures inside, why would Thalia have stolen this from Genevieve? That's clearly her picture there on the left.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So who was Genevieve? I don't remember.
The genasi we rescued.
Oh.
Why would Thalia steal this from that poor young lady?
Where did you say you got this again?
At a crime scene, it belonged to the victim.
Jerry, you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm confused. Brain hurt.
We
What
ran
are you
into
guys
this
talking about?
water genasi earlier when we were dealing with Bracken.
You saw this genasi?
Yes.
This is the genasi that's dead in the morgue.
But that Genasi is alive. we were.
No, she's very much dead. We saw her in August.
They are at a hotel not too far from the. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they're at the Winking Crocodile. She lived though. She alive. We saw her.
Bracken was attacking her.
Then clearly she's not who she says she is.
Or the corpse, is it?
And why would the corpse have the locket?
I don't know. I have 5 brain cells.
I don't even know what a cell is.
How long were they staying there?
They said a few days at least.
Then we can go investigate that tomorrow as well.
And maybe one of us should go stake it out just in case.
But they know.
Well, if we stake it out and they see us,
Yeah.
that might get suspicious.
Well, they know me and Oxad again, so.
One of these days I need to invest in illusion magic.
Well, then I guess
right.
when we're at the church, we'll tell them we're staying at that same hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting weird around here.
So, we know we can't trust the church. We know that someone is alive who should be dead.
Suspicious Genasi.
Alrighty, so what's the game plan knowing all this?
Well, you and I have been seen by pretty much everyone in town, so.
So you two are going to avoid those 2 areas.
Fair enough.
And it sounds like I have a double duty of bait to be.
Yes, we might have to keep you in the same Air Genasi appearance for a while.
Luckily, I can keep it up more or less indefinitely.
But we can pretend at some point that you're alone while the rest of us are watching. If anyone takes the bait.
Just don't let me get murdered. I like my organs inside of my body.
I would like to think everyone does.
Yeah, we'll consider it.
Well, I'm glad you're so that you prefer having my organs inside of me too, Okozad. You shouldn't tell that to your wife. She might get upset.
Anyway, dousing that flame for the moment. Should we get moving now? What do me and Okozad do?
Well, I'm going to bed. So
Well, that goes without saying.
Oh, but sorry, I just got excited.
Alrighty.
we'll resume this in the morning.
Alrighty, dismissed for now.
Dismissed as if you're
Dismissed?
As in, just go back to your quarters or whatever you want to do for the night.
He thinks he's the captain.
Meeting
or
adjourned.
something.
Whatever you want.
He thinks he's the captain.
She just shakes her head and goes off the ivy.
Just go.
And Okozad sinks further into his depression.
Oh, and Chris, I'm gonna DM you something.
All right.
And would you take those barrels out with you, Jura?
Fine.
Actually, Jura, I think this is the perfect place to store them.
Fine.
Jari says, just sticking out her tongue at Okozad and leaving.
Don't encourage him.
I'll take
Too
one.
late.
I'll take one barrel.
In fact, Okozad, that one with
I
the
will
cork
not
on it looks
take
like a
one
great
barrel.
place for a lantern. Okay, so which one were you trying to grab?
I just got
Actually, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. Roll me 1d2.
That's what I was thinking too. Honestly. That's D4.
I figured he would be taking the one he was sitting on.
Nope.
Was it /R?
Yeah,
slash
slash
R,
slash
1d2.
R. Yes.
1.
Button.
All right, you tip it over, Okozad. There is now black powder all over the floor of your captain's quarters.
Hey, Captain, you should probably clean that up.
See, I just wanted to leave it here, but no, someone wanted me to
Get-
carry it out.
Put the cork back on, pick up that barrel, and get it out of here.
No. I walk away.
Okozad, there is now a bunch of black
Hey.
powder and an empty barrel, and somewhere also in that pile of black powder, probably also a cork
How's
on
it-
the floor to your captain's quarters.
How is this barrel that empty from tipping over?
Because it is.
You're just saying that to shit on me, aren't you?
No, with a nat 1 when he went to tip it over,
You told him to roll the 1d2.
Yeah, that was to determine which barrel he tipped over.
Oh, the athletics.
Yeah.
The athletics was a nat 1, so he tipped over the barrel and the lid burst off when it hit the ground.
2 nat 1s in a row after a nat 20. This is gonna be a day.
Do I even have anything
that
around
one,
you?
if it was a 1, it was the black powder barrel. If it was a 2, it was the water barrel. So.
Sorry, you want to help me out with this?
Shari's already gone.
Chris, I sent you this stuff.
What's the role to start getting this back in? Can I use like Mage Hand or something to help me out? Or Shape Water to help me out with this?
I think it'd be dexterity.
Okay. Note taken of that.
Okay.
Mr. DM.
Okazad, before anything else, what is that? 15. Yes. So Okazad, you watch as Charia sticks her head back in with a lit match and flicks it on the floor.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Seriously?
Where's a 15?
I GM rolled it.
Okay, I am using Shape Water to douse that instantly.
Are you really trying to blow up the ship? Is the
It doesn't
entire
go
barrel
out,
empty?
Okazad. Okazad, it doesn't go out.
Yeah, you notice the flame actually begins to. Let me change the music real quick. Yeah, you see very quickly as the match lights, the area of black powder immediately in front of your desk begins to quickly go up.
I feel like I would hear this.
Yeah, because you stepped out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you hear nothing.
How would I not hear this?
You hear nothing. Oh, because you said you're using Shape Water?
I was going to use it to instantly douse the initial sparks that you set off. Or wet the trail that it's going to lead down.
Yeah, you're touching the water to the black powder. The flame's not going out.
Are you fucking kidding me? Can I kick it away so it at least doesn't follow all the way to the barrel?
Yeah, you can try. Go ahead and roll either acrobatics or athletics of your choosing.
Well, athletics I have more power in, I guess.
Alright, you kick the pile of black powder. It makes a dusty cloud of black powder in the room. The flame is still there.
Are you... No, I meant just kick the trail away so it's not going directly to the barrel is what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I know, you've kicked it, but you've basically made a little bit of a small cloud of it.
Are you fucking kidding me? I was just trying to move it over to the side, not actually kick up a storm.
You said kick.
Yeah, I wanted to shuffle it away off to the side, brush it out.
Either way, the flame is still there.
Can I use Mage Hand to pick it up?
Yes.
Is it contained in the Mage Hand?
It is not. The Mage Hand goes up. You see it pick up a lot of the black powder, but the flame itself is still on the majority of it on the floor.
You fucking me.
By the way, Chari's gone below deck already.
I would imagine so.
And you already said Mage Hand, Shape Water just did nothing to it, to douse it. Or
I mean, the Mage Hand basically lifts up
No, I mean the Shape Water did nothing to douse it.
No, it didn't douse the flame, but you do see the Mage Hand picks up a bunch of little you know how cat litter clumps.
Mm-hmm.
It basically picks up a bunch of clumps of damp black powder.
Okay, here's a question: Did he use magic to actually light this?
Investigation.
Would that be Arcana?
Nope. Investigation.
Okay.
Oh, please work with me, God.
You have no idea. All you know is there is a fire in your captain's quarters and you want it gone.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, I'm bolting out of there.
Dispel magic. That would work, right, MJ?
Oh yeah, no, that totally gets rid of it.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it would work on cantrips. You notice the flame become transparent, and as you finish your incantation, it completely disappears.
That's why you didn't hear any noise at your spider.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling from the beginning, but still.
Oh god, that
There's no way
hurts.
he would throw it in there and then just go below deck.
Well, because I didn't know he went below deck.
Oh,
You
but
should-
I'm still having. I still have fun with that one.
you should have just let
Yeah.
it sit there.
Just a minor illusion fire,
That's pretty funny.
Fake
which is
war.
why Jura did not hear it.
He just goes back to cleaning up this thing and trying to get it all back in the barrel with like Mage Hand and Shape Water, just trying to get it in there.
I'd
Well, I
say
guess it's
Wait,
easier to pick up now.
you're wetting your powder? The hell's wrong with you?
Well, he's just gonna use Shape Water to remove all the water from it, anyways.
yeah. But he used shape water to douse it, thinking that it was actually on fire.
Yeah.
But
Either
yeah,
way,
shape
he also
water.
can be using it to like help pick it up and then just like remove the water from it.
Yeah, shape water can also be used to remove water from something, so that works.
So he's also using it to both pick it up and just put it in the barrel and then just extract it all when it's done.
Okay, then I'd say roll me a sleight of hand with advantage since you're using Mage Hand to assist you.
Alrighty. Slight. You said sleight of hand, right?
Yes, with advantage.
2 nat ones. Damn it.
Okay, yeah, with a 14, it takes you about probably the better part of a half hour, but you're able to put all the black powder back in the barrel and stick the cork back on.
Now I just have to somehow get this out of here.
So, that's what you get for being commanding.
Dare you try an athletics to get it out?
Another nat one.
He's contemplating it, I can feel it. With an athletics, you tip the barrel over on its side. It gives you pause, you feel a slight like crack in the barrel itself, like you feel the wood shift a little bit, but you are able to roll it out the door and get it back out onto the main deck.
And put it back where Jura found it.
Yes.
Alrighty. He's gonna retire after that, just like, fuck this shit.
All right, then unless there
Productive
was
day.
unless there was anything anyone else wanted to do.
Oh. Charlie's just gonna go sit in her room and smoke the pipe and kind of do another seance to Marluxia in the darkness.
AJ, you were about to say something?
Oh, could I get the information that I asked for when you get the chance?
Yes. Okay, then while I'm typing this
Yeah,
out.
just DM it to me.
Okay. Then with that, you all take to bed. You reap the benefits of a long rest. And you awake the following morning. Ball is now in Yell's court.
Yep. So Charlie's gonna
Alrighty.
get up and get some food.
I
Thalia,
shall
go
take my
ahead.
tea.
Yep, take your tea and roll me a con save with advantage. You're good.
Oh,
So you wake up, you go to the galley. Ayame's got a nice breakfast ready for everybody. On the flip side of that, on the Ivy, you were all woken up surprisingly to Galena cooking.
What's she cooking up?
From what you can smell, bacon. From what you can see, venison bacon.
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna say, from what you could see, black char. Well, I guess take a seat.
Yeah, so it looks like Ayame's meals were a little bit of everything, like a little bit of meat, a little bit of veggies. Golina is more or less an obligate carnivore, so it's a lot of meat stuff here.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I'll sit down and eat a little bit of breakfast then.
All right.
Take it slow this morning.
And you have a good meal, nice little fellowship with the crew as they all get up to eat.
Yeah. Are Pork and Anatos there?
Yeah, I'd say all the deckhands are here.
So, Pork, Anatos, what do you think of that new doctor?
Which one, ma'am?
The one that, on the other boat.
The one what we help move his stuff. Oh, him.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's fucking weird.
Yeah, no, to be honest, it kind of fits in with our general dynamic as a...
Oh yeah, of course. And I mean, you know, if he's good at what he does, he's good at what he does. But man, he's fucking creepy.
Notice anything off about him, or, well, more off than you think there should be? Possible murderous traits?
Murderous traits? Nah, I mean none that he showcased anyway.
Alright. But, thanks for doing that, and I'm gonna toss them each both, extra silver, or toss them each a silver piece for doing that.
They'll take that.
Alright. Now that breakfast is done, though, I'm going out to town. Well, I probably won't be back tonight, but, you guys trying to throw too much of a wild party while I'm gone, and don't bother. And, Okazad, I call over.
He just like gets up slowly and just goes over to him.
I hear it was rather heated in your room last night. Heard there was quite a spark of a relationship going on last night, if you get what I mean.
He uses Mage Hand to slap him on the back of the head.
Doesn't your unarmed attack heal people?
That's it.
He said
That's
mage
it.
hand.
I meant that. I wasn't even trying to do damage anyway, so that's not the point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Mage Hand can.
Well,
he can't attack.
Yeah, the hand. It even says the hand can't attack, so you try to will it to slap Charia, but it will not do it.
fair enough. He just hits him with some water from shape water.
I see. You really doused the relationship last night.
You can say that, yes.
And she's gonna head up onto deck and...
He before she walks out, he does like drain the water out of and just like gets it her dry back up again.
Thank you.
Yeah, Charia, you have now effectively had your face cleaned.
I wonder if he does... I wonder... You know, maybe that's new... Maybe we should start a salon business like that. He can do moisturizing and decleaning.
You done?
We'll have to workshop it later. But I think it's time for me to head into town with Thalia.
You want me to
As
go
a-
anywhere on
I don't know.
standby just in case?
Oh yeah, probably. I have one of the scrying orbs on me, so worst comes to worst, just be ready to start running.
Does Okazad and Jori even have a scrying orb on them? Because I thought it was just Charia and Thalia who have them.
Actually, yeah. So I'll toss you mine, and I'll just dash for Thalia's. Since Thalia will be fairly close anyway.
What is this?
Sure, if you're like going shopping while we're waiting for anything to happen.
Zach just had to. Oh, damn it! Of course, now of all times.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Dude, Zach just had to be right back. He didn't say what.
Alright, well, gonna head up on.
Everyone.
It's okay. Well, fuck what I was about to say. We'll come back to that in a minute.
I'm gonna go grab Thalia. If that's okay.
AJ.
What?
Well, no,
yeah.
he's asking me because he has to actually get over there.
I just walked out.
Stay safe, man. Just stay safe.
I will. Just don't let my organs get outside of me, or else I will forever haunt you, and you know how bad I can be.
Don't for my.
Okay, so Sharia goes and meets up with Thalia.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk up onto their boat and hunt down Thalia.
Let's say I'm in the galley eating breakfast.
And so I'll step down there and be like, okay, Thalia, you just about ready?
Yep, just finishing up.
Okay. Now, what do you think I should do? You know, should I be like... And she kind of starts shifting through a couple of, like, different air genasi looks. Like, one with, like, wild kind of tornado hair.
Hang on, question. Is the doctor here in the galley with us?
You would have noticed that he took his plate when Ayame served him, and then he went into his room to eat.
Okay, then continue.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wild... Her hair is kind of wild and spiraling like tornadoes. There's one where it's kind of a little more done up like oh, what is it? Like braided dreadlocks kind of style.
And then she tries one where she's completely bald but has arrows all over her head.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll something to see if I remember what the air genasi of the previous victims looked like?
Yeah, go for it.
It's just intelligence, or what?
That'd be a history, because it was something you've done and experienced.
14.
I mean, mostly normal hairstyles. From what you've seen, a lot of the air genasi around town, it almost looks like their hair is constantly being tugged at by like a gentle breeze or something. Obviously, the ones in the morgue didn't have that, but they all had fairly normal hairstyles. There wasn't one that was more popular than the others.
No, I just meant to describe to Charia so that she could look kind of like the previous air genasi victims.
Oh, then yes, you would know. A lot of them, they had skin tones ranging anywhere from like a light green to a sky blue, and their hair kind of followed that cooler spectrum too. Usually a little on the lighter side, but usually darker variants of whatever their skin color were. So dark greens, dark blues. A couple of them actually had silver.
Okay, I kind of relay that as I guess we pick out a appearance for her.
Yeah, workshop the form.
Yeah, and I kind of take a little bit before I kind of settle on something like this. Check D&D Adventures. Oh, I'm gonna use that for a character later on at some point.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. How do I look?
Look good.
Awesome. And just so we get our story straight, Mom died out in another country. We're just bringing her body back to go through all the rites that she deserves back in her home country.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. And as you finish this, the doctor brings his plate back, sets it on the counter, and as he goes to turn to walk back into his room.
Morning, Captain. And guest.
Morning, Doc.
Hello. I'm just a visiting friend.
Fair enough. You haven't had any fever lately, have you?
No, I've actually been feeling a lot better. I've been feeling a lot better lately. Had a good dose of laughter from the last time I felt down.
Well, that is a good cure for most things. Should you find that changes for any reason, you'll find my practice right downstairs.
Thank you.
And he leaves the galley.
We'll need to get him a sign or something. If his practice is going to be on the ship.
Well, he said he would be taking stuff out and setting up on shore whenever you made port.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
Yeah, just in the immediate future, all of his stuff is here.
Sounds good. Then let's get going.
Yep. I'll let you lead the way for this grieving daughter.
Yep. So, we head to the church.
Alright, you head to the temple. There are several priests and priestesses making their morning routines, cleaning the shrines and statues, replacing a lot of the offerings. Was there anything specific you were looking for?
I believe we were looking for one of the higher-ups to arrange the embalming.
Yeah, just whoever is in charge of, like funeral service people. Whoever would be in charge of that.
Manu is walking around, and he very clearly is dressed differently than the others. If you pull him aside, he'd be able to tell you who's who and what's what.
Alright, then I guess we walk up to him.
You find you watch as the young Genasi that Ayame was talking to, Tema, is speaking to him, and you, as she's talking to him, you see like almost a concerned look come across his face. He nods and sends her on her way.
Can I attempt to roll perception to hear them?
Yeah, can I too?
That'd be with disadvantage, but yeah, you can go ahead.
Nah.
I'm still in my fox form. Would that still be disadvantage for me?
Your fox or your human form with fox ears?
My hybrid, yeah, with the fox ears.
Unfortunately, no, because they're... Yeah, you could pick up a little more, like you could very clearly tell it was somewhat of a concerned tone in Tema's voice, but you can't quite pick up what she said. As you're walking forward, though, you do see Manu grab the religious pendant around his neck, and you see him hold it up to his mouth, and he actually speaks into it before setting it down and going about his day. Zach, you said you're back, right?
Yes, sorry. I was drinking water.
In that moment, Jura actually hears in his head, "Grim tidings, my friend. It seems you may have some business in the agricultural district. You should probably meet the guards there."
Oh, and
Oh, shit.
just on my end, I'll tell Okazada here. I hear these words because I'm still with Okazada, right? Sorry, since I walked.
Yes, but the way sending works is you can you know it's him, and you can respond in 25 words or less.
Oh, to the guy.
Yeah, to Manu.
Repeat again. Once again, what he said. Sorry.
He basically told you grim news. What is the exact things I have here? Yes, grim news, my friend. Another victim in the agricultural district. Speak to city guards there.
I don't really know if I have anything I'd want to say back to him.
You just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll just
well,
say.
Jura is telling me this, right?
Well, I'm thinking to him right now. Hold on. I gotta send my thought. I'll say thank you. I'll head there immediately. And then I'll spread the information to Okazad.
And on the other end, Thalia and Sharia, you see Manu, his eyes still closed. He kind of nods in acknowledgement and returns about his business.
Well, that defeats the entire purpose of us being here as a wind genasi.
Yeah, but y'all don't know that.
I know.
Unfortunately.
Very frustrating.
But we might still be able to learn something.
Yeah, probably
Dance,
Yeah.
puppets, dance!
You're a jerk.
should have said you probably
Well,
might have
who
wanted
you-
to go one step
so-
ahead.
Well, though technically, if you hadn't left, he was probably going to.
Yeah,
Yeah, before we
as
left.
soon as I was about to say that is when you posted BRB, I'm like, well, fuck.
Thanks, Zach.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
thanks, Zach. Now
Oh,
we're gonna
I'm-
waste our time here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Do we
All
want to
your fault.
retroactively take that back, considering that was kind of important information?
No.
how do y'all want to play it?
That's what I'm
Let's
wondering.
hit the rewind button real quick.
Yeah, because if you were gonna say that before we left, we wouldn't have gone and done this.
MJ, just rearrange it and say, MJ is...
Okay, then let's just take out the last part. Like, Charia could still have, spent some time workshopping her form, but before you guys would have left the ship is when Jura would have been told.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I would have told... What would have happened is I would have said something to the group.
As they were leaving.
Yeah, like, hold on. Dead Genasi. Go to the next form or something.
Yeah. What even is the next one?
Don't worry, I wrote it down.
It should be fire.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Earth.
Yes.
No.
Earth is next. After air.
This is why I wrote it down.
Originally he said it was gonna be fire.
Yeah,
but-
originally the way Chris had it was the Avatar cycle. It was air, fire, earth,
Well,
and water.
Avatar cycle reversed, but you know what? Whatever. Whatever.
Regardless, yeah. Like, take your avatar system and
Slightly
I gotta
rearrange it.
throw it out the window.
Yeah,
throw it
get
out
rid
the
of it
window.
because it's slightly rearranged.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
Let's go check out the agriculture.
and then
Well,
everything
that's assuming he's telling us that and not just trying to get rid of us.
well, he has no way. He doesn't know about,
That's fair.
And if Chris is going out of his way to spread this information,
hmm
then least we can do is at
So-
least follow suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we should probably just go after that.
Yeah,
Or do
so-
you want
so-
one of us to stay with you? But like in
No,
shadows or
well,
something.
Well-
he knows what we look like, so just in case, you and me are going to go to the agricultural district, take care of that, take a look at that. They'll still
we'll
be
do
doing
what
they,
we were going.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll still do the same thing, just
just
as an Earth Genasi instead of an air.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you, AJ.
You're welcome.
All right, so back to normal. Proceed with what you guys are doing. Me and Delok will go obviously after you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just grabbing a reference image for what I look like right now. Okay, this looks fine.
You've got dreads.
And I managed to keep them with this picture. Let's see.
Oh, is that why you posted that picture in D&D?
Yeah.
yeah, that was the air genasi form you took.
See, that's kind of what I thought of.
Yeah.
Actually, that's nice.
I'm
Alright,
totally stealing that. Well, the Wind Genasi for later on. But yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. You guys go to the agricultural district.
Then you continue on with what you were doing.
Yeah.
All right. Play.
So,
Anyways,
Yeah. So.
Moving right along.
Yeah, we'll walk on up to him, and I'll let Thalia take the lead on this.
oh joy.
So you guys are heading where?
We're still doing the church thing. We're just doing
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Genasi now.
So we'd walk up to Manu, I guess.
Yeah, so obviously you wouldn't see the moment he gets the news and sends Jura the message, but you would see him going about just kind of overseeing the other priests and priestesses.
Mm-hmm. So I'd basically just walk up and say, "Excuse me, sir. May I ask you a question?"
Good morning, child. How may I help you?
Yes, my friend here has recently suffered a loss, and we were wondering if there was somebody we could talk to about embalming services.
He does the, Gods be with you gesture as he looks to you, Charya.
And she'll just silently nod, kind of looking a little sad.
Yes, there are many at the temple who provide that particular service. Priest Ankor is among the best in the field.
Is
I could
he,
get him. I could get him for you if you like.
If
Please,
you
thank
could.
you.
Very good. Please wait here for a moment. And you see him round a corner. A couple minutes goes by, and he comes back around with another priest in long white robes with what appear to be a gold leaf trimming on it. Shall I leave you to your business, or was there anything else you needed of me?
I believe this is all we needed.
Very good.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
He bows to both of you. Grace of the gods be with you both, my children.
Thalia just kind of nods. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just kind of bow my head a little bit.
And he turns and goes about his business. The man standing before you now, as I said, is in white robes with gold leaf trim, and he appears to be a human.
I'm sorry to bother you this day, but we were hoping to arrange for embalming and burial services for my mother in the next few days.
Of course. It's one of the services we offer freely to anyone who requires it. Where is your mother from? Where is she? Is she from Nesselnow?
Yes, she was from here, but had moved away a while ago.
Ah, I see. A burial in her homeland, then.
Mm-hmm. We figured it was, as I figured as her family, it was the best way to at least remember her by.
Quite responsible of you. If you're okay with it, there's a little bit of paperwork overhead we need to take care of, but after that we should be able to grease the wheels and get this going right away.
Thank you. Her body is still being shipped in, unfortunately, due to the location of where it was found.
I understand. I assume you are next of kin, yes?
Yes.
Then your signature is all we should require.
Alright.
Then if you would follow me, please.
Mm-hmm.
And he leads you through the temple into a more, I don't want to call it an office because they wouldn't have really had those, but basically an area with a nice square, like, low table in the center, a bunch of cushions around it, almost like what are they called? Prayer pillows.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a
perception as we're walking through to just sort of like I'm staking out the place.
Sure. Was there anything in particular you were trying to glean from this?
I'm just taking notes of everything in the area, kind of the people, the layouts, things like that, and just if anything is actually looks suspicious.
The main area where all of the shrines and statues of the gods and goddesses are, that's like a huge open concept kind of area. Like, you go in, it's that whole main foyer is elevated on a bunch of pillars, not unlike a Greek temple. And then you come in, each god and goddess has its own little alcove, like built in, carved into a semicircle on the walls, but every 2 or 3, there's an area where anybody can just come and go from this place. And then further back, where Encore is taking you now, that area actually has, closing doors and everything, and that's where it looks like just a bunch of private chambers where, like, if people wanted to have more private conversations, either with the gods or with a priest. And then in the far back of there, that is the inner sanctum, and from what you've gathered the first time you were here, only Manu himself is allowed in there.
Okay.
And that's just for cultural, religious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the people, it seems to, like, early in the morning, not surprisingly, a good number of people come here to pray, like wishing blessings either to themselves, like for a good day's work or a good day's luck or hunt or whatever they're about to do, some wishing blessings upon others. And then you've got your usual assortment of priests and priestesses going around, changing out, like, say, flowers that have been placed days ago and are beginning to wilt. They'll, obviously take those down, make room for new offerings. They clean the statues. They make sure that the shrines and alcoves are all looking nice.
Mm.
Lots of incense in here, too, you notice.
Mm-hmm.
And this main area seems to be a combination of several different scents. It's actually a little hard on your nose, Thalia, because there's a different, like, each god and goddess has a certain scent or collection of scents that they appreciate.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'll be following him through to the area which he wants to fill out paperwork.
Yes, and in that room, there actually is a small box on a table off to the side. He opens a lid on the front, and he pulls out a scroll, and he returns over to the table, and he kind of sprawls it out. If you would like to roll a perception to see what it's all about.
Yes. It's probably legalese.
It's not legalese, like any layman could easily make sense of this. It appears just to be a means of recording information for the recently deceased before they embalm them.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's a section, for name, race, age at death, pretty much that sort of thing. And then at the very bottom, there's your information or a next of kin, basically releasing all this information, and then a signature line for you.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if you wouldn't mind filling this out for me, please.
Yep, and I'll start filling it out, and I'll just kind of work through things as I go. I'll put her age, somewhere up there around like 100, because they can live to be 120 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I can ask questions to him while she's filling out the form.
Yes, because he's more or less just waiting at this juncture.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at him and basically go like, can I ask you some information about the embalmers employed here?
Of course, my child. What are you... I don't suppose you were considering a career.
Oh, no, just curious as to this process.
A bit
loved
of
one.
priest humor, my child. Think nothing of it.
Of course. Do y'all train here?
Yes, I personally myself was trained by now head priest Manu back when he was an embalmer, but he was but a normal temple hand and then a priest before that. I myself was just a normal priest cleaning the statues, as are the younglings outside. But we move up in rank, and yes, we pass on our teachings to those who will eventually succeed us.
Okay, so it's like an apprenticeship like a blacksmith would have.
Yes, that's a very apt way to put it.
Okay. How many embalmers do y'all have here? Like, is it just a few of y'all, or do you have quite a few?
There are 5 in total, though I'm the only one here at the moment.
Okay. Now, would you be the one handling hers, or how level are you? Like, more master or more apprentice in this stage?
Perhaps not a master, but far above journeyman, I would say. I performed hundreds of successful embalmings at this point.
Okay. Now, the 5 that are here, just curiosity's sake, how many are for the master level and how many are more, just starting out?
The other 4 are masters, but they tend to spend most of their time going around the rest of Mahad and helping others where they can.
Okay, that makes sense.
We tend to travel in shifts. Every couple of weeks, one of them will come back, and whoever was manning the temple, myself in this case, would go out and be one of the traveling embalmers.
And what exactly would y'all do while you're traveling around?
Essentially the same thing we do here, simply out and about. Not everyone can be expected to bring their honored dead to Nessus now.
Of course.
Many cities, of course, have their own embalmers, but we advise and assist where it is necessary.
Well, that's nice of y'all.
Meanwhile, Charia is just signing her initials 43 different times.
Mm-hmm.
Normal record keeping stuff, under a fake pseudonym.
Of course. Though, out of curiosity, what name would you be using?
I am gonna go with, give me a minute to figure that part out.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't thought that part. Okay.
You probably should have.
So, Thalia, any other questions? I was gonna say, because most people know you as Charia, the doctor knows you as Beth, what is this poor fucker gonna know you as?
Jeremiah.
How many fucking aliases are you gonna have me write?
Yeah.
Well, while she's thinking on that, I guess I could just mention that we're going to be staying at the the Winking Crocodile Inn, is there anything besides this paperwork that she would need to do, or if anybody needs to get a hold of us or anything like that?
Obviously, when the mother is transported from wherever she may be, we ask that you inform us so that we can begin the embalming immediately, but other than that, there should be no further action required on her part.
Okay, well, we'll be staying at the Winking Crocodile Inn if anybody needs to get a hold of us.
Definitely a good choice.
Yeah, I'm going with Esmeralda's Harlock as my character name.
Esmeralda's Harlock?
Yes.
Let me roll something for him.
Isn't Harlock Jura's last name?
No, Harrock is Jura's last name. Harlock is the Pirate King's name.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
So
I just randomly picked something off the top of my brain.
Conveniently, this guy flunked history, so he has no idea of that.
Yeah, I wasn't even going for relation to him. It was just, Dad had a cool last name.
Dead.
Esmeralda Harlock. Okay.
This is what you get when you have a character that can freely transform.
Yeah, no shit.
Actually, you got two of them, technically.
No, we blew up the other one. Fuck you.
That's not what I was talking about. AJ can still change her form to a human
Yes,
of
I
different
can.
looks.
Human of different looks, yes.
Yeah.
But still, it's different forms.
But just that's the name I'm going with. Esmeralda's Hardlock.
Well, alright then.
Okay then.
No relation to Pirate Lord Harlock.
Except the fact that he's my dad. Other
A
than,
thousand
Probably
years
the only
ago.
one with that last name. Yeah.
other than that, no
Yeah.
relation.
Yeah, 1,000 years ago, he was your dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, no relation.
Yeah, no relation.
Anyways,
Yeah.
was there any questions that you had?
I did have some worries about bringing my mother back here for embalming because I've been hearing about those murders
Oh yes, those terrible deaths.
and
Yes. The Heartrender, as they're calling them.
and I do have to admit, someone from all of the news I've heard and the gossip around town, it's been horrific with some people finding organs removed, and it's left me a little worried that my mother will not have her soul allowed to continue on.
That has been a rising concern with a great number of the populace, I'm afraid. What this Heartrender, or whatever they choose to call themselves, are doing to these people, it is not right.
Will you be able to promise that my mother will be able to proceed on without any problems? I'm not religious myself, but she was, and I'd wish the best for her, even if our relationship was strained.
If it will set your mind at ease, we can offer you a scroll of sending. You can get in contact with me, and I can show up directly to your ship with a contingent of city guards.
Thank you.
Of course. I do not want to make any promises, as these things are woefully beyond my grasp, but rest assured I will do everything I can to ensure her peaceful rest.
And I would like to roll insight against him.
Alright. Go ahead and roll a persuasion for him. He's being genuine.
Okay. So we can
Yeah.
mark him off the list.
Yeah, best as you can tell, he actually is appalled by everything that's going on here, and yes, if it will set your mind at ease, he will be there with as many of the fucking guards as he can get, if it means it'll set your mind at ease.
I wonder if he'd let us view the embalming area.
I mean, you can ask that if you want.
I basically asked that, like, she's clearly distraught. Is there any way we could at least look at the embalming area that you'll be conducting all this at to set her at ease?
Roll persuasion.
Yeah, shitty.
Let's see.
It's okay.
Better than him, though.
It's a good thing you got that
Nice.
+5.
That's all it needs to be.
I was gonna say, he's been getting some pretty shitty rolls, so...
It's because of how appalled he is about the whole thing.
Clearly.
Yeah, we can flavor it as that. Like, you watch, like, he puts up his hand as if he's about to object, but then he kind of cradles his chin and he thinks about it for a moment. Very well, it is unorthodox, but I suppose I can show you a little bit of the operation.
Yes, thank you.
What are you
Thank
all
you.
done? What are you all done here, Miss Esmeraldas?
Yes, I believe I finished it if you'd like to go back over it.
He does so briefly. Like, you watch his eyes race across this scroll. He's clearly done this quite a bit. He nods as everything checks out, and he removes a quill of his own. He signs his own name at the bottom. And as he returns the quill to his robe, you see him kind of clasp his hands together and then place them over the scroll. He mutters something, and you see a red seal, almost like a watermark, appear in the center of the scroll before he rolls it up.
Alright.
And he returns it to the box before ushering you both up and with him.
I'll follow.
Yep.
He leads you further inside the temple, like towards the very back where there are no like open doors for people to just wander in. The area he leads you out to have several almost like sandstone beds rising up out of the ground. The walls have small windows carved into them, so there is still some airflow in here, but you'd be very hard pressed to be able to look in from the outside. And there are several what appear to be apprentice priests and priestesses working on embalming and wrapping up the bodies of the deceased. And you notice all of them like fucking snap to attention, like standing up straight the second he walks in. But he raises his hand as if to will them at ease, and they return to work. This is where the honored dead are prepared for their entombment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of, with his permission, slowly kind of walk around, and I was also gonna perception, just kind of see if I can't recognize any of the knife work.
All right, roll that. I see Thalia has already done so.
24.
Yeah, Thalia, you're not getting too much of what they're doing. I can flavor that as this room smells significantly more like embalming fluid than the rest of the temple.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm kind of just standing at the door because it doesn't make sense for me to follow her around.
Yeah, but no, just the smell coming out of this chamber is not appealing to your nose at all.
Okay.
But Charya, as you're walking around, you notice there are several large cutting implements that... I'm like trying to describe how, like, the tools you do... Basically, like, giant scalpels that they're cutting into the flesh with, and a lot of these look like they have a big enough heft to where they're actually able to go through skin and bone in one go. And they're very carefully, like, carving a little bit of the front of the ribs out so they can gingerly remove these organs and place them in the 4 jars assigned to each body. But as you're walking and watching these priests and priestesses work, you notice every single one of them is meticulous with not nicking or scratching the heart at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with surgical precision that they're able to avoid it and get everything else.
But they are all apprentices that are the ones getting the organs out.
Yes, some of them are a little shakier than most. You can tell some of them are a little on the newer side and they're still a little squeamish around corpses. But the ones who appear to be a little more used to this have a much smoother hand.
Can I roll another perception, specifically looking at just the people?
Go for it.
Nope.
I'm gonna.
I will say with a you can't get a feel for what they're doing, but with a 9, you do notice it appears as though the ones who have been here for a little longer have a certain number of red stripes on the fabric of their robes. The ones who are operating much more smoothly tend to have more of these than the ones who are jittery and with shaking hands.
Question though, with my 24, did I notice? Do any of these people look like they're doing similar cuts to the ones in the autopsy room? Like, the knife work looks fairly similar that you could match up? Or would that be a little bit hard pressed to push?
It looks like the knife work is similar, but in all of the victims, like the cuts being performed here are done so to remove what are considered the sacred organs from the body and not touch the heart at all. So, they have to cut a wider part of the chest. The victims you saw, the cuts were much smaller, done to only remove the heart.
Yeah.
So while the methodology looks the same, the cuts are inherently different.
So it could be someone is being trained here and then just going out and doing the opposite cut out there.
It's very possible. The method, at the very least, looks the same. And while you're a little hard-pressed to get too close to them, a lot of the corpses that you've seen, the cuts being made to the bones look very similar to the ones you saw in the morgue.
Alright. Besides that, I'm gonna roll perception like AJ did against the people, just to kind of look them over, since they're staring at me. Not much better.
More or less the same thing. You notice that the ones who are operating with a smoother, steadier hand tend to have more of those red stripes on their sleeves than the ones who don't.
Mm-hmm.
The most jittery, most seemingly uncomfortable looking ones have no stripes at all.
Alright, yeah.
Incidentally, you also notice that Ankur has about 7 of these on his sleeve.
Alright, with that, I don't really have too much else to ask, so I'll kind of go back to the door and go back to AJ or Thalia and be like, I think I've seen enough. I do trust. I will trust you with the necessary arrangements and the facilitation of this.
We are honored to have your trust, miss. And if you would follow me as I bring you back to the main temple.
Yes.
And Ankur leads you back. And as you re-enter the main foyer area where the Pantheon is venerated, he turns to you again. Were there any other services that I could perhaps help you with?
I don't think there's anything for me. Is there anything that you need? And she says, looking at Valia.
No, that was it.
In that case, I'll be staying at the Winking Crocodile for the next few days while we wait for Mother to come in.
Definitely a good choice. If you have the opportunity, there is a woman who works there named Aska. It might benefit you to ask about her scorpion soup.
Alright, thank you.
Of course.
And I'll start heading out of the place and start heading towards the Winking Crocodile.
And I shall follow.
And once we're kind of outside of earshot of anyone from the church, I'm just gonna kind of pull Thalia into like a sideways hug as we walk and be like, the cuts are similar. I mean, whoever it is could definitely have been trained by the church, but is going out of their way to cause this damage.
Noted.
Besides that, I couldn't really match up too much else outside of the cuts along the bone. But
Well, we have a master-apprentice relationship. The master could be a part of the church, but the apprentice necessarily doesn't have to be.
yes, and I don't think it's him. He gave off the impression of being genuinely disgusted by the entire happenings.
Yes, I didn't get anything off of him either.
So I think we can mark him off at least as the head one here, but that does still leave quite a few people, including the head of church.
Well, he did say he was only sort of in the middle of the areas. He wasn't necessarily a master, but that leaves only 4 people that possibly could be.
Along with the head priest at the church, since he said that he was also one.
Was he being counted among the 4 Chris?
He wasn't counted among the 5 currently active, but Encore did say that he was an embalmer for a time.
Okay. Then yes, we have 5 people to look into. Of course, we need to figure out who they are.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. Worst comes to worst, we'll you can always come back and ask since you seem genuinely interested in a role there.
True.
But with that, let's go to the inn and get some food. I'm a little hungry.
Yes, let's make you visible around this area as well, and we can get a temporary room to make it look more legit.
Yep. Alright, with that, we'll head off to the inn so you can switch over to the other dudes.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that. So, Jura and Okazad. Taking... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Adventures of the Lizard Boys.
Mm-hmm. Reptile Brigade rides again. So you make it up to the agricultural district, and as soon as you travel west of the port, you notice there are a lot of guards out in force, and there are a lot of people gathering around, I'd say probably this area up here.
Can I do a quick intelligence check just as a reminder of when the last body was found?
Alright.
Would that be it?
You don't remember.
Yeah, I just don't recall, so I'll have to ask someone. So, alright, so we're around there. Alright, so, Okazad, when we go here, try not to give away all our information again.
I'm pretty sure that was you last time.
No. Anyway. So we'll...
Let's just admit we're both bad at this.
Well, then
So
why
you
are we
arrive
doing
here.
this?
You arrive here to find several people trying to gather around what you can only assume to be the scene of this most recent murder, and guards trying to establish a perimeter and keep people away.
Alright, so did I have anything, like a symbol or anything that I could use? No, I don't have anything.
No, we do not have that.
I was just making... I don't remember... I didn't remember if we had something from the officer dude we talked to in the beginning.
From Skewt? Yeah, no, you didn't grab anything from him.
Okay. So... Alright, so I'll just kind of like barge my way through people and get up to the guards. Is there any of the guards that look familiar that we've discussed before, or do you want me to perception that?
Unfortunately, offhand, none of them look familiar. It looks like the agricultural district and the middle district have a different beat, different people walking it.
All right, and I'll can we see past the guards or no?
He's kind of trying to stand between you and what's going on in this back alley, but if I'll give you a perception with disadvantage to try and see what's going on.
Get a brief look. There's a decent roll.
With a 15, you notice behind him there are a couple of other guards, one of the people behind him doesn't much look like a guard at all. She's wearing a longer white coat, and it looks like she's examining the body. But there is the body of an Air Genasi woman kind of slumped up against the wall of this alley with a big gaping hole in her chest.
Well, here we go again. Alright, I just look to the guard and say, hey buddy, official business, we're here under Skewt orders.
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Persuasion. Damn it, there goes the bad rolls. It's not my day today, apparently.
I mean, he still has to beat it.
Yeah, he that's true, he does.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to beat.
Even if you had advantage, you would have beat it.
Yeah, so he's basically standing on the other side of pretty much a police line is what I describe it as. So like imagine like a thick rope like you would have on a ship, but it's painted up basically red and white as in a don't cross this. And he pretty much just like holds up a hand like stopping you as in, yeah, that's great and everything, but do you have some kind of paperwork, some kind of sigil or something from, what was it, Skewt, you said? Isn't that the guy up at the fort?
What do you mean, the guy? Don't you work under him?
No. I work for the constabulary. Captain Boss is my boss.
with this person before. I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought you were with Underscute.
No. Those Navy guys at the naval station, they're under Skewed.
I'm sorry. I seem to have gotten myself confused in all this, craziness here.
Happens all the time in naval towns. No, there's them, then there's the town guard.
All right, well, either way, I'm here to help with the, just point to the corpse that.
Yeah, unfortunately, this official business of yours is limited to people with need to know or case involvement only. So unless you can prove to me that you're part of this case, I can't let you through.
I'm trying to think. Do I have anything? I don't have anything.
I don't think I have anything either for this, actually.
So this is a bit of a problem. I swear I had something.
We weren't allowed to take the file or anything out, so...
Yeah, the file was confidential, and nobody thought to ask Skewed if, to give him, like, special papers or anything.
I wasn't there, so...
I think it was
That's
just
true.
Kazad that were there.
No, Charia was there, too.
Okay. Okazad, you got any ideas here? We got. I mean, it looks like we got all the information we really need. There's another dead one.
Unfortunately.
Is there any?
You said there was someone examining the body, right?
Yes.
I think you said a woman in a white coat.
Yes.
Do we know who she's with? Just based on the outfit?
You guys didn't go down to the morgue with Thalia and Charia, so no, offhand.
Can we see a description of her, like what race she is, or anything like that?
It was, what, a 15 in perception you had?
Yes.
She appears to be some kind of elf.
Okay, that's something to go on at least.
Don't you have the scrying orb?
Oh, I think.
I mean, yeah, but you're probably in the middle of something we don't know.
Yeah, I know Kazad has it. I don't have it.
Okay. No, I couldn't swear. I couldn't remember if I.
And I'm pretty sure you don't have the credentials either.
Yeah, I don't think that really helps that much.
Unless you do for some reason.
Alright, so I'll just straight up ask the guards, is there anything we can do to prove that, like, we don't have anything physically? I don't know, I'm just trying to think of something. I can't think of anything.
Can you tell us at least how long ago this happened?
Best as we can tell, last night.
So another poor victim.
Initial reports put this sometime around maybe 8 p.m., a little earlier than the last few we found.
Earlier?
Yeah, the others they were able to trace back to sometime between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., but this one's significantly earlier. Also significantly less time between the last victim and this one.
That's what I recall too. The last one wasn't too long ago.
Just a few days. Usually there are a couple of weeks between victims.
So why?
Can I ask when the body was found?
A little before sunrise.
So they had been here for a little bit already.
Seems to be the case.
Do you know who found it?
You understand, but I can't answer too many more questions.
Yes. Just trying to get what we need out of this.
Do you know who found it?
Persuasion.
Why could that not be with advantage?
Oh, it worked
It's
out.
alright. He didn't beat it anyway. One of the locals, a farmer who was on his way out to the fields, said he caught scent of a lot of blood, he said. So he came by to take a look at it.
You know where we can find him?
He was questioned, given an initial workup, but then he was released back out to his work, so I imagine you'd find him out in the field somewhere.
Doesn't give us much to go on, but we could at least look. Well, thank you. I think we got all that we can from this as it stands.
He
Thank you for
nods.
your time.
Alright, so let's go try to find this one random person.
That's about as best as we can do at this point. Hope the others are doing well enough.
Well,
Alright, so you venture out to the fields to the northwest of town, and there's a fuck ton of farmers out here.
Oh, great.
A good majority of them being male.
And we didn't get many of the other descriptors either, didn't we?
No, you did not.
no, I didn't know how much he was going to give us for confidentiality anyway.
That's fair.
You
So
could
that
ask who
just
was in charge of
leaves
the
us.
case.
So that leaves us with
Yeah.
a needle in a haystack. Only thing we can do is look around and ask.
Well, we try to ask, but let's not take too much time. Other cases, well, they're gonna go. I would say there's still that Genasi thing with the locket. That was weird. We'll worry about that later, I guess.
Well, they're gonna be on top of it, and hopefully we'll be in the area by the time they're actually on that. Regardless, do you want to start asking around and see if we can find them?
If we could, that's really all we can do. We can just ask around, see who it was that found the body. So,
Okay, so how this'll work, I'll ask for a perception roll. If it's a certain number, and only that one specific number, it doesn't necessarily have to be a nat 20, but if it's that specific number that I'm thinking of right now, you will find the exact person you're thinking of, or that you're
And
trying
if we
to.
don't,
well, then we don't find him.
Then you have spun the wheel, and you might get a interesting result.
All right, so. Are we
13, 13.
Are we both rolling perception, or only one of us?
You can both go, because it seems kind of not great to...
I got 9.
Okay. Okay, so you both, you find a pair of farmers basically taking a scythe to a wheat field. Both men, so you know, as good a chance of it being either of these guys as anybody else.
Excuse us, gentlemen. We're just looking for someone.
Morning, sir. How can we help you?
Should I just ask him?
Jura, the one farmer actually recognizes you. Aren't you the champion of the pit?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh. Shit. Lynn, do you not know who this is? No. It's the guy that beat Lothar. No shit.
Yeah, he wasn't on his A game. I'll find him another day. It's an off day for him. I could tell.
Oh, yeah, well, what can we do for you, Master Jura?
You don't gotta call me master, but we're looking for someone. Someone found the body. We were told he was a farmer. We were just looking
Wait.
for him.
Body? What happened?
Another Genasi was killed. You know.
Shit, another one?
Yeah, man, they're crazy out there.
Jeez, that's what, 18 now?
Think so?
so I'm assuming you don't know who found them.
It wasn't either of us. We didn't even know there was another victim.
Well, now you do.
Like, he actually just kind of looks at the ground at that. Damn.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to see. We're trying to see the guy that found it. Maybe we can help the people out a little bit that are investigating. They said it was found just after sunrise. So, do you know anyone that was out this morning? I know you're all farmers, and that's kind of what you guys do. But I don't know. If there's like one in particular.
You might try, Yeah, come to think of it, Quentin didn't get back to the fields until a little after he was supposed to this morning. Yeah, he works over in the barley fields a little to the west of here. You might want to try there.
Well, it's as good as any. So, thank you. We'll go talk to. What was it, Quentin? You said?
Yeah. Oh, and little off topic. I know this ain't really the time, but before you go, Jura, and he pulls out like a little scrap of paper. Could I get your autograph for my kid?
Oh, it's never a bad time. Also, why do you carry that around? But also, yes, I'll sign. So I sign the paper. And
He takes it and puts it back into his shirt.
Little does he know, I barely know how to write.
It's fine. Have you seen most people's signatures?
This is. Alright, so we'll go talk to Quentin and see if maybe he was the one that perhaps was the body finder.
Okay, so for this, what I'll do is roll perception again, both of you, but we'll do it with advantage, and I'll count both numbers that you get.
Pop.
Well, this is awkward.
Funnily enough, Deadlock, that actually got it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The 4 was it.
Yes. The 4, so a
You-
1
you-
for you, but a 4 on the die. So congrats, you have found.
You want to know
Quentin.
what the funny thing is? It's even funnier. I'm technically the only one who could have gotten it.
Yep.
It-
Oh. What's
No,
Jura's wisdom?
no.
Oh yeah,
4.
yeah,
He
yeah,
could only
yeah,
have gotten 5 at
yeah,
lowest.
yeah. You're right. Shit.
Alright, well
I
that works
didn't even
out.
realize that.
So yes, you find who you assume to be Quentin, reaping the barley fields out to on the westernmost side of this farmland.
Alright, just go, excuse me, are you Quentin?
Oh yeah, that's my name.
Alright, perfect. Oh, we were just talking to some gents over on that other side of the field over there. They're saying that you were possibly the one that found the body this morning of the poor Genasi who had been killed.
He drops his sickle and turns to face you squarely now and just kind of holds his hands up. Hey, look, I already told the guards everything I know.
Relax. You're not under investigation or nothing. They just didn't tell us anything, and the communication's a little lackluster right now. We're just trying.
Who are you?
We're just helping with the investigation.
Well, he won the pit. If you wanna know that.
Persuasion.
I did win the pit. Does that help?
Let's find out. God damn it, yes. I guess it does. He slowly lowers his hands. What's a pit fighter doing helping the guards?
Wow, what's a champion if I don't help out the people?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But yeah, I was on my way to the fields this morning when I saw her in the alley. I wasn't expecting it. Figured it'd be at least another week or so before we heard of another one.
Well, probably not common that people come across bodies, except I guess more common here.
No, I wasn't ready for the smell.
Yeah, it's something you don't get
Smelled
used
it?
to. Well, yeah, it's a dead body. Of course you smell
Yeah,
it.
No, I mean, how
something.
close did he get before he
The
actually
bodies
was able to?
that smell
Yeah,
is pretty
no,
wide range.
Yeah, and something freshly killed actually does have a really strong scent to it.
Yeah, you can't quite get ready for that smell.
I think it's gonna be a while before I forget about that.
I don't blame you. It's alright. That's why we're trying to solve this so no one else has to suffer that, and hopefully you don't have to suffer that again.
What can I do then?
Just if you can give us a play-by-play of what you did this morning when you came across it. Just trying to get what information we can.
Any details you can also remember about the victim in particular? I know that's not going to be easy, but it will help.
Well, she was, Air Genasi, obviously. When I first found her, I thought she had passed out or something. She was laying out in the middle of the alley. I had initially propped her up and set her against the wall, but then that's when I saw the hole.
So she wasn't against the wall when you found her.
No, she was flat on her back, facing up.
And you didn't see the hole when she was facing up?
The way her cloak was positioned, it was covering it a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did you happen to know this Genasi at all? Had you seen her before?
No, never met her before in my life.
Okay. Okay.
Most Genasi don't work the fields. They have shops in the townscape or estates in the upper district.
And when you found her and after you propped her up, what did you do? When did you call for the guards?
As soon as I saw the hole, started screaming like a madman. I bet you I woke up half the agricultural district. Well, the ones that weren't awake for the harvest already. You know.
Yeah. No, it'll be all right. No, take it easy, man. We'll solve this. It'll be okay.
Yeah, you can very clearly tell he's still something of a nervous wreck.
I
Can
wouldn't
you-
blame him.
Real quick, that amulet we saw earlier, like today, what were the two on it? It was a water genasi and a what?
It was another water genasi, a male one.
No, but I thought there were two in the picture.
Yeah, it was 2 water.
But yeah, there
Oh,
were.
oh.
There was Genevieve, or who you believe to be Genevieve, on the left, and then another male water genasi on the right.
Okay, that's what I'm. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, was there anything else you noticed that you could tell us besides the whole?
Honestly, after I saw that, I tried to get. Well, funny you should mention. Yeah, it seems like one minute I was looking at that, and the next, I was huddled over with a blanket over me with a guard asking me questions.
No, we're sorry to make you
Wait,
relive
but
it.
the blanket?
Yeah, blanket.
Is it-
That's how you comfort them.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was thinking about a different thing. Mistake.
No, it was just a literal blanket to help comfort him.
Sorry.
Well, we're sorry to make you rethink of that. We're gonna try to stop this as soon as we can. I have a feeling that this person's gonna be picking up pace more. So-
Gods, that's unsettling.
Yeah, I agree.
There is one good news about that. If whoever this is going to be rushing, that means they're more likely to make mistakes.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't get the chance to. We're gonna hopefully stop them before the next victim gets, hurt, dead.
Roll persuasion to try and make him feel better.
I'm trying my best. Hey!
Yep,
Good
not
man,
even,
Jura.
Yep, not even gonna fucking bother. You see the tension leave his shoulders, and he actually he kind of forces a smile, but you can tell he's a little better mentally than he was when you first broached this topic with him.
Keep an eye out, and perhaps a nose.
Yeah, if I hear anything else, I'll let you know. You're Jura, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, the new pit fiend. Where are you staying? If I hear anything, where can I find you?
What should I tell him? Should I tell him the Winking Crocodile Inn? Or should I? Nah, maybe I should avoid that, so we don't have all this stuff crossing over. I don't think.
I mean,
He's just a farmer, but I don't want him getting too involved with us. Past this point. What do you think? I'll take your opinion. What do you think?
if he finds something, he can go to the constabulary and have them ask for us.
I think that's actually not. I think it's probably our best option, honestly. Yeah, I think that's what I'll tell him.
So just take in, like, if he learns anything, go to the constabulary with it.
Yeah, I think that's the best option for me to tell him.
All right. And he nods.
Yeah, just try not to get too involved. We don't want you somehow getting caught in the crossfire.
Oh, I won't. I'm not doing anything active about this, but, you know, people talk, and, you know, if I happen to hear anything cross the bar at night, I'll be sure to let them know.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Of course.
And with that, we will take our leave.
He picks up his scythe and goes back to work.
Well, we got a little bit out of that. Not too much, but I think enough.
As much as we're going to be getting from this, wait until they get the body back to the constabulary or whatever.
You think we should head over there and see if we can learn anything directly from there? Because
Do you think they would have? Do you think they're done with the body over there by now?
How long would that conversation? The conversation would have taken too long.
Well, we were also looking for this one guy in the fields for a while.
Yeah, but how long would that? How big are these fields, Chris?
Pretty big. I'd say because you figure to get from the port district to the Black Sand Inn is about 45 minutes. You guys are walking from the port to the westernmost fields. I'd say that's probably about 30.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably.
They
done
should
with
have. They should be cleaned up by now. Do you think we should go check the crime scene back out first? and then head to the constabulary?
I think we might need to get to the constabulary just to maybe get some sort of identification to say, hey, we can look here, because those guards are probably going to still be around there.
Well, I say let's, because I think we gotta pass by that location and then we can.
I mean, you said it was like around here, right?
Yeah, that's where the body was discovered.
And where
yeah,
are we?
we actually have to go a bit out of our way in order to actually
You're closer to over here.
Yeah, we're over here.
Okay,
the road
so-
would be here. We would have to go a bit out of our way to go back there.
Not really. We go down here and
I said a bit.
There's a bridge down here to take us directly to the constabulary. So I think that's not too bad out of the way. I think we should go through it and take a look to see what the situation is over there.
I just worry that we're just gonna need more identification in order to actually try again.
Yeah, boy, worst case scenario, we still have to go to constabulary anyway. So
Fair enough.
we can go
Alrighty,
through, check to see what's going on with this situation, then head to the constabulary and see if we can get some ID or something. All right, so then me and Okaza will head back to where the body was found.
Back to the crime scene. Okay.
And then, so what's the scene looking like now that all this time has passed?
There are a couple of guards posted, like just on the perimeter. It would appear as though the body has already been moved. What guards are here are just looking for any suspicious activity.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we take a look? Or
We could, but we are definitely gonna seem suspicious.
I can take a general look to see if there's anything that they're not seeing.
Would that be an investigation or perception?
It'd be perception for now. Investigation would be if you were physically where the body was, which the guards.
Well, I mean, like
unfortunately
looking
will.
around, like maybe something else.
Well, no.
like,
If investigation's
around.
more like more detailed look. This is kind of a general look to see if there's something.
Yeah,
there or
if
not.
you're just looking generally, it's perception. If you have found something and you're trying to, or if
Well, I
you're
guess
trying to
we're gonna
learn
be
about
doing
one
that
thing.
then.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we're not fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing doing.
All right. Well, we did. Yeah. Let's not create a bigger problem for ourselves than I've already done before. And we'll just go
You
straight
did
to the
what you could,
constabulary.
Jura.
And we'll go to the constabulary then see what we can do.
Okay, then while you're on your way to the constabulary, since the trip there and back did take you some time,
Yeah, let the other group go.
yeah, we can flip over to the Winking Crocodile where Thalia and Charia are.
Yep.
Yep.
And one of the first things you notice upon coming into this place, there's a bunch of patrons out and about, eating meals, just kind of chilling in the common area around the hearth. There actually is an employee who greets you at the door, like, "Oh, good morning, welcome to the Winking Crocodile. Please come, warm yourself by the fire. Is there anything we can get for you?"
I need a room for the next couple of days.
Of course. What kind of room did you have in mind? One bed or one bed? Two?
We're gonna go with 2-bed.
All right. You see her fill out some paperwork. Then how many days?
It's gonna be about 3.
All right, then that'll be 6 silver, please.
Alright. And I'll pay her the 6 silver.
All right. Then she hands you a key and says that your room is on the second floor, room 203.
Alright. Yep, and I'll head up there and I'll go check out the room.
As you do, as you're passing through this main area, roll a perception, both of you.
I see everything. Oh god, we're just...
I don't see
we're,
shit.
We're,
Yeah,
we're
Thalia,
playing the
unfortunately.
tabletop game.
Thalia, unfortunately not. Play your distraction however you want with that. Sharia, you notice on the far side of this, the dining area,
Mhm.
you notice the woman from the locket.
I'm not gonna make any motion that I notice it just yet until we're out of view and upstairs.
Say I'm distracted because something smells good.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, after
Scorpions do.
After smelling all that embalming fluid, anything else smells better.
Yeah. Something smells really good, and Thalia is suddenly very hungry.
Makes sense. So you get upstairs, you use the key to open the door to your room. It's your standard, inn/hotel room affair. Nice
and
little.
once we're in... Oh,
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's a there's a single window with a balcony overlooking what looks like the southern wall of the town. So like the fields eventually paving way to coastal desert out that way.
Alright. I'll kind of close the window real quick, and I'm gonna pop a perception, make sure no one followed us up here.
Go for it.
17.
No, but I mean, you would have passed by a couple other patrons in the hall, but they'd have, at worst, ignored you. At best, just waved good morning to you.
Yeah, no, just checking. And we're gonna kind of sit down on the bed, one of the beds, and look over at Thalia. So, did you see her?
You.
No, the lady in the locket. She's sitting across the. She's sitting on the far edge of the restaurant.
She's downstairs?
Yeah. Didn't you see her?
No, something smelled too delicious. Couldn't
Yeah.
focus.
But yeah, unfortunately, she looks to be very alive, or rather, fortunately, we should say, I guess.
Hmm.
Did she look to be with anyone?
Yes, there were two people with her, a human and a Kenra. Both
There was-
male.
Two people with her, a human and a Kenra.
Well, you said they're down there in the cafe. They're eating.
Didn't were they eating or just sitting there? Or...
Yeah, it looked like they were just enjoying a morning meal.
Yes, they seem to be enjoying a late breakfast.
Well, I happen to be hungry, so let's go down and. What was the victim's name? Kala.
Yeah, Kala was the victim.
So
And
boy-
act like we're friends of Kala.
Mhm. Though the boys did say that that the woman called herself Genevieve.
Yes, but if she looks like Kala,
Mm-hmm.
and we assume she is Kala when we go up to her.
All right, Alex. Want me to take the lead on this one since or do you want to take the lead on mine?
Well, I'm gonna change form. I'm gonna just change into a random human form.
Mhm.
I don't know if you wanted to. No, you should probably stay in the Earth Genasi form.
Yes, I should probably stay in this, and I could just play it off as we knew each other from childhood.
Yeah, we should go up and pretend to be friends of Kala.
Mhm.
We just got back into town.
Yep, for all this mess.
Yes. Let's go get food.
Yes, I agree.
Alrighty. You both go down. Funny enough, you find out that as long as you have that room key, Charia, your meals here are covered.
Oh, nice.
Like it's just your standard affair, like bacon and eggs. If you want anything extra, you have to put down a little copper for it. But your main meals for sustenance are paid for.
Well, that's
Okay.
convenient.
Yeah, it's still nice. This place actually just used to be a Days Inn, apparently.
Sure, let's go with that.
But yeah, I'll go down, and I'm going to attempt to feign surprise as I kind of go over to the woman and be like, "Kala, is that you?"
The woman physically stops eating. She sets down her utensils and she just.
Okay, this again. No, I know there's a lot of resemblance between me and this Kala person, but I'm not her.
Are you sure you look so much like her? Like, how do you look so much like her?
Thalia, now that you're up on this group, roll me history for the two sitting next to her.
Who's sitting next to her? $11.
You recognize both of them.
Okay.
Oh no.
During your time aboard the Seahorse, that merchant vessel, these two are counted among the crew there. You do know
Okay.
that when the seahorse left you in Crystal Cape, it was headed east across the South Sea, so it would have eventually ended up here.
Okay, so I recognize them, but not her.
Yes, you recognize both of them. The human's name is Dale, the Kenra's name is Herb.
Dale and Herb. Hang on, I'm writing that down.
And you're remembering now, Charia said the Genasi woman's name was Genevieve. You used to know a Genevieve aboard the Seahorse, but she wasn't a Genasi.
I roll something to try and remember that.
She was a half-elf.
Half elf. Why the hell is she pretending to be a... Let's see. Hmm.
But no, to answer your question,
No, I've been getting that a lot lately. But I promise you, I'm not her and there's no relation.
Well,
Oh.
then we apologize.
I'm sorry, I just got back into town and I had heard that she was killed in the Genasi attacks.
That seems to be the story I keep getting. Yep.
I didn't mean to cause any more bother. I'm sorry, I came back into town recently because my mother passed away and we were hoping to get her some rightful burial.
Oh, trust me, this is actually a lot more tame than the other day when her fiancé caught me.
Oh?
Oh, Jazz
There-
saw you.
Yeah, and there was no convincing him that I wasn't her. Like, it took these two to help him get it through his head that apparently I just look like her.
the human and Kenra just kind of nod, and the human kicks back. I don't think he stopped crying, frankly.
Hmm. Where was this at? We haven't been able to see him yet.
We had something we had to go and deliver to the Black Sand Inn over in the slum district, but we had to pass through the middle to get there, and I guess that's where he lives.
I'm gonna roll insight on her since she said that she had to go to the Black Sand Inn.
Go for it.
14.
Best as you can tell, these three are merchants, and they were making a delivery.
Alright. Oh, it's horrible to hear. I know that I've heard that he's been very distraught since the murder, and seeing you probably didn't do too much to help. Well, not that it's your fault. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to come off like that.
Yeah, well, we're only in town for another couple of days, so hopefully I won't have to worry about it too much longer. Nobody here will.
Mm-hmm. Out of character, my brain has latched onto that. No, but well,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say hearing that just sounded like I don't like how the way you phrased this.
I want to insight that phrase specifically, GM.
All right, go for it.
That just kind of stuck out in my brain. That's funny.
Basically, what she's implying is she will no longer have to worry about people pulling her aside and asking if she's this Kala person, and she won't have to worry about walking around town making everyone else think that this apparently dead woman is still alive.
Okay, so she means it in the actual sense of, yeah, I'm not going to be causing any more problems by existing.
she's being a little coarse about it, but she basically means that once her ship leaves port, like, everybody, her and the townspeople, will get to stop thinking about this.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you leave before the murderer gets around to, well, thinking about either one of us as the next target.
Not too much about it, and funny enough, I actually just was reminded of that yesterday, that I guess maybe a problem for that, or a victim consideration now.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, it's been going on a while now, and the risk. I mean, I'll admit I was worried about coming back because just for this quick embalming and burial.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Do you mind if we sit with you and chat a little bit longer?
Well, you're already here. Guys, make some room.
And you see the human and the Kenra, they scoot their seats over.
I'll sit down with them and kind of look between them with a nice smile.
I'm debating, like...
Thalia, with every sentence this woman utters, she's talking and acting exactly like the half-elf woman you remember.
Well, I was actually about to tell Charia, no, like, don't sit down with them, but,
Charia doesn't know.
I know,
Yeah, like, as soon as you said you change your form, I'm like, well, this conversation is going to be infinitely more interesting now.
Well, that's why I'm just gonna, like, I think now that she recognizes who they are, she might excuse herself and then go change back into her form. But, I mean, I'd be wearing the same clothes. I don't have a change of clothes.
You might as well just drop it then if you're considering it.
Would they care? Like...
I don't know.
I don't...
I mean, is there something you could roll to, like, remember, like, did they care whether they would or not?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll give,
can I roll something?
I'll give you that for free. You worked with all three of these. All of them. I mean, you've got your typical brusqueness with people. Is the first to calm.
Thalia?
Hey, how's it going?
What
Sorry,
happened? Last we heard, you were in jail in Crystal Cape.
Oh, yeah, no. They let me go the next morning.
Oh, well, glad to see you found your way here. You gonna get back on with the seahorse?
No, I actually have a ship of my own.
No shit.
Yeah, doing pretty good for myself.
Well, that's good. And she looks over to you, Charia. This woman, I once saw her insult a man so bad that his ears bled.
Good times.
I'm just kind of glancing back and forth as they're speaking and kind of looking to the other two guys, and then
As
Thalia.
Dale sticks his little finger in his ear like as if to clean it. Good times, my ass.
You know them, Thalia?
Oh, yeah. I used to work with them on the Seahorse merchant vessel.
Oh.
Though, I look at Genevieve like, you look very different.
Yes, that's a fairly recent development.
Why? How?
She looks left and right.
Not here. We have a room upstairs. Would you mind following me?
Of course.
And they very neatly stack their plates. They usher you upstairs. And as she basically leads you and Charia in and instructs Dale and Herb to stay outside. And as she turns to you, like she draws the curtains over the window and she turns to you, you see her unbutton the top of her shirt and kind of let it drape over her shoulders and pull it down over the center of her chest. You see a huge vertical laceration scar right over her sternum, as if something had cut it open and then closed it back up again.
What the hell happened?
This happened about a day or two after we got to town. We were out enjoying the nightlife. You know how it is, rare to make port and everything. I'd gotten separated from Dale and Herb, and I tried taking some back alleys to get back to the port. Next thing I knew, I blacked out. And when I woke up, I was halfway across the city with this scar on my chest and looking like
She holds a hand up.
not myself.
Someone forced you into this form?
Certainly seems that way. I lost a good few hours, Gods only know what could have happened in that time.
You said this this mark is right up where, like, basically her heart is.
Pretty much, yeah. Like right where her heart is where this
So
scar.
like somebody puts Kala's heart into her.
Mm.
If you don't mind me taking a closer look.
No, go for it.
Alright, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see, I'm gonna try and roll some,
That'd be
what would
medicine.
Medicine, okay. I do have some medicine. Not enough.
Yeah, not enough, unfortunately. This looks like it's just a scar that's healed over. Or is, correction, is starting to heal over.
Just for
It's-
clarification, so did she?
Weird,
I
like,
missed
you
it.
said you got this, like, your first day here. How long have you been here?
Coming up on a little over a week now.
And it's already scarring over like this. That's... seems
Basically, it looks like a laceration that is starting to, like,
Okay.
like basically just starting to heal. Like, like Stitch is still in it.
Yeah. I'm going to quickly cast Detect Magic on her. See if she's been under the influence of any magic.
All right.
Oh no!
Let's see. You sense magic. And we've already established this lets you.
Pick up traces of magic and stuff.
Yeah. This is just the traces. It's what is it? Wait, no. This is the thing that lets you know the exact spell, right?
Yeah, use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. You can learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers. I can combine it with, like, Arcana to find out more if needed.
Yeah. So this, she is under the effect of a transmutation spell, and from the aura you're getting off of her, a pretty damn powerful one.
It seems magical, almost like transmutate. It's a high-level transmutation, it feels like. I'm gonna roll Arcana to see if I can't figure it out.
Go for it. Roll with advantage, since you got Detect Magic helping you out.
Didn't need it.
Oof.
Damn. Well, you.
Just shy of a 20.
Yeah, and you broke the soft 20 threshold that I set. It looks, from what you can tell, like some really, really high-end version of Polymorph, but that can't be right. You know that Polymorph only lasts about an hour. But with that 25, you do know there is a better version of that spell. You know, or most people know it as True Polymorph. And if used maliciously, you know that if somebody maintains their concentration on a True Polymorph and keeps somebody transformed for the full duration, the transformation becomes permanent.
Yeah. It's almost like someone casted True Polymorph on you.
Her eyes go wide as you say that.
What? Why?
I don't know. It seems they use some form of True Polymorph to get you into this form, and because you were under its effect for the entire time, you transformed permanently.
Fuck. Well, okay, hold on. That does actually explain quite a bit.
Do you remember anything about that night? When this happened? Anything at all?
Where were you when this happened?
We had gone drinking around the townscape, and then nothing. We had ducked into one of the alleys to try and cut through the naval station to see an old friend of ours. Herb and Dale got a little ahead of me, and then the next thing I know, nothing. I woke up in the Middle District. But it had been several hours since then. So that makes sense. true polymorph, all you have to do is keep concentration for the full duration.
And
I
if
lost-
they-
I lost more than enough time for that to have been the case.
It sounds like they casted some form of sleep over you to get you to black out immediately.
Yeah, but why this form? Who the fuck is this?
Well, we know her as one of the deceased Genasi, and markings on your chest, I think I'm gonna guess that someone might have... It's possible someone implanted her heart into you.
You know, you've seen Death Note, right?
Yeah?
You know that scene where he tells Naomi Misora, I am Kira, like that transition from calm to terrified over the course of a couple of seconds?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know why they would do this, but they
That would
always say
explain why.
that...
That would explain why all the dispel magic that I tried casting on myself earlier didn't work. True polymorph. That's... Wow, that's tough juju. I could never break that at my level.
On top of that, even if you did break it, there's the risk of, since you have someone else's heart in you.
Well, hang on. We don't know if she actually does.
Yes, that is true. I'm making assumptions based on the scars on her chest, but
Oh, but we do have a doctor versed in transplants.
we can always have him take a look.
Would you be opposed, Genevieve, if we had our doctor look at you?
If it means helping me get more sense of this and hopefully breaking whatever this spell is, then no, I'm all for it.
Okay. Chris, is Lucian still on the ship? Remember...
Yes, he's still there. He would have been spending the time since you guys got back from the temple fiddling around with that schematic that he got for the armor.
Okay. And he has his own scrying orb, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I try to call him up.
All right. So you pretty much tune in the magical frequency that Lucian uses. I imagine that'd be one of the ones that you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, from what you can tell, he had set the orb down on his desk. You basically see a close-up of the side of his face resting on the desk and just...
Basically yell, Lucian! Lucian!
Captain, good
looks out the window.
morning, evening. Hello.
Morning's good enough, Lucian. Sorry to wake you.
No, I had a breakthrough. I think I had a breakthrough. I don't know. How can I help you? Why are we here?
There is a new doctor aboard the ship. You've probably been holed up and hasn't met him yet. But, wearing a strange mask. Can you find him and tell him to come to the... where are we? The Winking Crocodile Inn room. I assume I know the room number.
Yes, for the sake of just speeding this along, I'd say it's 217.
Yeah, and just tell him to come as quickly as possible.
Sure. You said he was wearing what? A mask? You said.
Yes, you'll definitely recognize the stranger to the mask. All black.
All right.
You're on the ship somewhere.
All right. Give me a minute.
And you watch as he gets up and leaves his desk. A couple of minutes go by, and he comes back and sits down. He has what appears to be a mug of, you assume, coffee in his hand.
All right. I let him know. Is on his way to your location, Winking Crocodile, room 217.
Thank you very much, Lucian. Sorry to bother you.
No, it's no bother. It was a good nap. Good dream, but I can get back to that.
Then I'll let you get back to that.
Okay.
And his image becomes transparent and blurs out as the scrying orb returns to normal.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that someone in this town has true polymorph is incredibly frightening.
Someone out there throwing around 9th level spells.
Yeah, like they're
Yeah,
fucking
who
candy.
could possibly have a spell like that? Anybody at the church?
Would I know what kind of classes can use that, Chris? Since I did get a 25 on Arcana?
You did. You would know. There are a couple of classes that can manage true polymorph, but at the same time, really, really good bards can do it. Specifically in that vein, you actually remember Veskira used to transform various like rats and things into crows to send messages for a little bit, but she never held it long enough so that it became permanent. Certain beings who draw magic off of other beings, like what you're doing right now, they can eventually do it, and then wizards can do it.
Well, thinking on it,
But with that 25, I will also say, just as an added thing, you have also used enough scrolls to know that there are ways to make it to where anybody can use pretty much any kind of spell, and you are in an ancient land with a very rich magical history.
yeah. Well, out of natural casters, the spell, we have those of the bardic colleges and those who draw power from others, like followers of not clerics of religion, but of other entities that can give their power, be it demons or other living creatures. And then you also have some of the highest level wizards would be able to cast it, but at the same time, we have the problem of scrolls, which
I've actually been to the magic shop here. They have a lot of scrolls available.
Mhm.
Thalia, go ahead and roll me history with a +5 in that vein, with your usual advantage.
2+5.
Mm-hmm. While you're at the magic shop, they also have inscribed almost like little rune stones. You've only ever seen them in pod, but they're basically multi-use scrolls.
Okay, I relay that.
Multi-use scrolls, that's definitely something new to me.
Yeah, and the lower level ones appear to be like those little stress rocks that you can hold around in your pocket. Like anything from a cantrip to level 3 is tiny. Anything bigger than that, we're talking like Rosetta Stone size tablet for the really big ones.
And she's gonna kind of look over to Genevieve and be like, have you seen anyone with like these large stones?
I mean, yeah, there are some of the smaller ones in the magic shop. The only time I've seen one of the bigger ones are in, I don't know, the museum, maybe?
So that gives us at least an idea of a spot to look for it. I do wish I had one of those spells that could go into your memories to try and see if I couldn't unblock it, but unfortunately I don't.
What kind of spell would that be?
There's Modify Memory, and I think there's one other version.
Yeah, Modify Memory just lets you screw around with people's memory. Does it let you actually watch it play out?
Well, I figured that if her memory's been modified, you could use it to unmodify.
Yeah, she doesn't, from what you can tell, she doesn't misremember anything. She's just missing about 4 hours of that night. So it's not that she misremembers, it's that she doesn't remember at all.
Likely unconscious, so there was nothing to remember.
But as you're discussing this, you hear 3 knocks on the door.
I go up to open it.
You open the door, standing before you is the doctor.
House call.
Thank you for coming, Doc. I let him in. Close the door behind me.
God, this guy still unsettles me.
The 3 of them are now looking at this guy and then looking over to you.
You've certainly kept some interesting company.
You have no idea of the half of it. I say T.
Yes.
And Genevieve just looks very unsure. Like she's now looking to Thalia and Charia.
It might be our only chance to find out if this is happening, because if it is, then that opens up an entirely new part of the case that we'll have to look into.
and he, like, as soon as he opens the skin up, he stops.
It doesn't appear to be what you feared.
Well, is it worse or better?
Anna did so with the intent to make her look like the 17th Heartrender victim. I would imagine that person also placed this incision on her chest, providing the illusion that the 17th victim's heart was given to her, even though it clearly wasn't.
Oh, we're back at square one, but we now have another piece of evidence as to what's going on.
This is actually quite valuable.
Oh,
I would have to imagine. You said that spell was a big deal. You implied a lesser, more normal version, meaning this one is exceptionally powerful if it can permanently change someone.
yeah, so that means that limits the amount of people who could possibly have it dramatically.
Yes, it does. You're also limited to someone smart enough and well enough connected to be able to change someone and stage something like this to throw blame away from themselves.
Mm-hmm. Which
hardly a practitioner of the Honorillian magics myself, but I do appreciate their application. If you would, please.
As he's holding the skin in place.
Alright, and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Instance, require a mixture and then a spell of Cure Wounds to be cast over them. Medical implements such as these anesthetics require only herbs. Or poisons, depending on what you're trying to do with them.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna make sure that Genevieve is getting up and awake nice and easy.
Yeah, she's a little loopy at the moment, you know, as people are want to be when they first come out from under anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
But the cure wounds are actually helping her along a bit, and she actually kind of.
What happened?
Well, we finished up the operation.
They're all yours.
Well, as yours is the
Yeah.
Great. She kind of holds a
here. See shape going towards the naval yard.
Yeah, let me just, and I kind of just snap my fingers and I turn into Jura.
Why are you turning into Jura?
Oh, sorry, he was just on my mind for a minute. Snap again and just I kind of change into just a generic kind of looking woman.
If and when that Jura X Charia fanfic comes, it's gonna get weird now.
Yeah, now it's gonna get weird.
Alright, well, let's go. And then we'll just tell the even Herb as we leave.
Mm-hmm.
She's resting.
Dale and Herb nod to you. Well, it was nice seeing you again. Even, in spite of everything, kind of puts his finger in his ear again. Still itches from time to time.
What else?
And Herb actually, kind of cradles his chin. It's also nice to see that you've got a full third tail again.
Oh, yeah. She turns around and kind of wags them. Got them a while back.
Well, congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Perhaps we'll see each other again soon.
That would be nice. We should catch up and, when one of us isn't dealing with an existential crisis.
Absolutely.
Do you have any idea where your ship is going after this?
Well, we're doing a full Lovianan sweep, so we'll likely head north, then west through the North Sea, and then back down. I have to imagine if you're headed up that way, you'll see us before too long.
That
Should
sounds
be
nice.
We'll most likely be in that area eventually.
Yes, the captain's finally decided to branch out into North Seas trade, something he never did during the 5 years you were with us.
Well, I wish you safe seas and such.
And as do I you, though, Thalia, if you do have a moment when you return to the port, I believe the captain has your last check.
Ah, yes. I'll be sure to stop by.
Very good. Then we'll keep an eye on Genevieve in the meantime.
Yes,
Alright.
thank you.
Well, let's get going with Elia. Sina's gonna want to hear this.
Yep. Let's go find her.
All right, then. What is our timestamp looking like?
3 hours.
Jeez. Okay.
We
Then,
started,
We started a little late. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually
about
a little
3.
under.
3
It's a
hours,
little
I
under
think.
3, but yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
little under 3, but we're very close to 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
this might actually be a natural stopping point.
That's fine.
Alrighty.
Works.
All right, then we will end it here.
More detective work next time.
Mm-hmm. We'll have
Things are
fun
getting
playing.
interesting.
I'm having fun playing
Hey,
Batman.
the time of day is right now.
And lo and behold, it
We
was
didn't
Xena the
get
whole
too far
time.
into the day, did we?
No, it's I would say at latest it's still late morning.
It was Xena the whole time. Except
Dun,
she doesn't
dun,
really
it
use
was
magic.
done.
So yeah, what are you guys thinking of this so far?
So who do we think it is? Because now just throw out your suspicions of. Because I'm curious of what everyone thinks so far.
Well,
Priest.
Reese.
the problem is we don't know his magical capabilities.
No, she said
Mhm.
priest.
Oh, priest.
The priest.
I thought you said Reese. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no. AJ has
Yes,
been
Reese
suspicious of Manu.
on islands away. I don't like him.
No, AJ has been suspicious of Manu since that conversation y'all had with him last time.
And
I
I'm
First time he
the same
opened his
Same
mouth.
way.
I think Scoot might have something to do with it.
Yeah, I'm a
Well-
little suspicious of him too, but not as the mastermind.
I'm just throwing out
Okay,
my
well,
thoughts. So, Deadlock.
Well, assuming that it is someone we can actually handle, they have to have that one of those rune stones or whatever that helps him cast that.
Well,
Or
And
like,
who do you think it is, Deadlock? That's what I'm asking right now.
yeah.
Basically,
I'm-
they need to have a
I'm-
Rosetta Stone of true polymorph.
yeah, that's just like one thing is like, would the priest guys have something like that?
It's possible.
It is possible.
It is
A
possible.
lot of stuff.
So
Yeah, a lot of stuff gets put into their area, but also it could be someone at the museum too.
yeah,
They could've found it.
that would be my second hypothesis. Like either
It
someone
might
at
be
the
someone
museum
we
or like one of the priest guys over there.
So many
It might be
options.
someone we haven't even met yet.
It's true.
It,
We
that, that,
haven't
that
really
is
gone
my-
to the museum.
That'd be funny
Yeah,
if like
that-
everyone we talked to is innocent so far.
Well,
Could
luckily
be
now that
entirely
we-
possible.
like true polymorph blows this case open. Jesus.
Well, the thing is,
not completely.
I
But-
mean, like it
oh.
really gives you a whole perspective of like, okay, what are we dealing with?
though, this does give us something of an idea now, because if there are any traces of a magic,
Rather
like
than it be literally anyone, somebody has to have something powerful.
yeah, since I was able to detect the Gios and such and other magics that were of much lower level than this, kind of fading away. And it's been a week. It's very likely I might be able to find some traces of this magic and kind of hunt it down.
When we next reconvene, we can converse to you where we found the last body and where magic may have been present.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to run into each other naturally because
Yeah.
we have no
which-
idea where each other are
To
right
be
now.
fair, you could.
You
just
know,
give us a
we do
phone
have
call.
scrying orbs.
Yeah,
I-
you could
I
just give us a
was-
phone call. Ring, ring.
I keep forgetting that Deadlock's the one that's got it right now.
Yeah, I'm the one who has it because Charia gave me hers.
I just said I gave it to you guys. I didn't say who actually had it.
Well,
Okay.
I'm the one holding on to it apparently.
That's fair.
The captain declares it his.
No, I just thought that was what we were establishing.
Yeah,
like, a
no,
while
I
back.
had already agreed to that because I kind of like
Yeah,
assumed
fine.
he had it.
From barrels to true polymorph, the leaps and bounds this episode has made.
Yep.
For fuck's sake.
Hey, the barrel thing didn't have to be as big as it was. Deadlock made it a bigger deal.
And
Yeah,
I just wanted to tease Deadlock a little bit.
Yeah, of course you did.
Well, regardless,
Almost
the
45 minutes.
regardless, the plot thickens, the questions pile up, and we will see you guys next time.
Not only the questions, the bodies too.
Indeed.
That too.
Later.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.